Hello! In this video, I'm going to share 5 top tips I use with my students each year to help you nail your university personal statement. Number 1, don't think about the finished statement, just write. We've all been there, quivering at the keyboard, thinking about how important each word is, unlocking the door to your future. With that kind of pressure, it's hard enough to get started and write, let alone produce a high quality piece. To avoid this, don't think about the finished piece of work at all. Just write points about yourself and don't worry about linking them together. Once you get going and give yourself a basic framework, then you can start to weave the points together. If writer's block is hitting hard, start by listing random facts about yourself. Anything from your name to your favourite weekend activity. Literally anything. Just write a list of facts. If you're really struggling, you can ask your family and friends for suggestions about you. Give it a couple of days, come back to the list and turn each point into a sentence. My favourite subject is chemistry can be turned into my favourite subject is chemistry because I had a great teacher in year 11 who showed me that chemistry is all around us. Next, and only when you've got a long list of full sentences, take a good look at the list and get rid of things that you don't think are important for the personal statement. Very soon you'll find you have a lovely long list of points about you that you have expanded on and can start to weave together. Number 2, keep it simple every time. Focus on simplicity and getting your point across, rather than on a flamboyant and over-the-top use of English language. For example, the insatiable appetite and yearning I have for the physical sciences to embolden my edification in life is such that I feel no choice but to apply to your esteemed institution. Is really a complete waste of everyone's time. Simply, I'm excited by the opportunity to learn chemistry at a deeper level would suffice. Admissions tutors want to see your genuine enthusiasm rather than overcomplicated language. They care more about your passion than fancy words. Don't even think about using a thesaurus. Simple is best. Number 3, make your statement personal, reflective, and honest. Personal. The clue here is in the name, personal statement. Whatever you submit needs to be about you. It isn't about what people think about you. It isn't about what you want people to think about you. It's about you and why you want to study a given subject. Simple. Yes, if you are applying to study chemistry, it's pretty darn important to talk about why you want to study chemistry in your statement. However, the key there is why you want to study chemistry. The purpose isn't to actually talk about chemistry or what you've been taught. The admissions tutor isn't interested in you giving a micro essay on some specific technical detail. For example, benzene has a ring of delocalized electrons, isn't very personal, but you can twist that into, I find it remarkable that the conjugated pi bonding system in benzene can be linked to so many naturally occurring molecules. This instantly gives the same fact a personal tone and links it to you, the whole purpose of the statement. Reflective. Show that you know your strengths and that you're self-aware by mentioning areas where you've grown, like improving your essay writing or taking on more leadership roles. This doesn't mean you steam in there stating, I'm amazing at everything and constantly beat my classmates in tests. However, stating you feel confident in your subject and enjoy the sensation of learning and achieving isn't anything to be ashamed of. Equally, if you know there is an area of your studies that you don't find easy, spin it and use it as a superpower. For example, I've worked hard over the past year to improve my written communication skills, as shown with my monthly column for the school magazine. Or, being confident as a leader isn't something that comes naturally to me, however I've worked hard in recent months at improving my self-confidence and awareness, such as volunteering at a local charity shop on Saturday mornings. A good trick here is to think of things that you are worried about with your application, such as a poor GCSE English grade or a lack of team sport experience, and spin this on its head and show that you are aware of these things and actually have taken the mature and bold steps to address them. Acknowledging your areas of growth shows self-awareness and maturity, qualities that will resonate with admissions tutors. Honest. Probably the most important one of the three. Each year when reading through some of my students' personal statements, I get the customary, "I have read such and such textbook and found it very interesting," or "as such and such says in this textbook." And as you can guess, only very occasionally they have actually read and understood the whole textbook. The point here being that you shouldn't be including information to try and sound impressive, and invariably if you do, the opposite will happen. It will look false and forced. Don't feel the need to oversell yourself with background reading. Yes, it's great to show you've dug a little deeper and explored further than your A-level course. However, that doesn't mean you need to read, or pretend to have read, an undergraduate textbook that's thicker than a Tolstoy novel. Oxbridge applicants perhaps aside, admissions tutors will be far more interested in the fact you subscribe to a particular science magazine each month or are a regular listener to a particular science podcast than they will be by the fact you've read Atkins Physical Chemistry, edition 9 or 10 or 11 or whatever the latest edition is. Number 4, welcome help and guidance. None of us are islands, and using wisdom and experience from those around you is great. Try really hard to avoid feeling criticised or down if someone recommends a rewrite or redraft. They are just trying to help and have your best interests at heart. It can feel infuriating when you've just finished and then you are advised to redo some parts of it. The simple truth is that excellence takes time and you need to persevere. Don't take it out on those trying to help or feel hard done by. Just get on with it. And finally, number 5. Advice is only advice. You don't have to take it. Having just said use others' wisdom to help, you must ultimately make sure it is your personal statement. And however well-intentioned and well-meaning others are, if you feel their advice means your personal statement is no longer, well, personal and doesn't reflect you, politely sidestep it. You are the most expert person in the world on being you and why you want to study a given subject. Keep true to yourself and make sure ultimately that you feel proud of what's in your statement and ensure it truly reflects you. Trust me, this will make you feel confident and empowered in any interview as well, because you will be sitting there knowing that they have called you to that interview having read your personal statement, and the amazing, wonderful person who they think wrote that statement will be the exact same amazing, wonderful person sat in front of them. You've got this. Keep positive, stay true to yourself, and go into your application with confidence. Best of luck with your future studies.